Hey, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the horror film Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Now this is based on the children's book series of the same name, which I am familiar with because I can remember being like in school and actually reading like some of those books, and I actually remember enjoying them and thinking they were pretty cool. But now they actually have taken like the book series and it turned it into like a movie. Now I don't really know how closely the movie follows the actual books. I'm betting or thinking that it actually just takes stories or certain elements of the book series they put it into a movie. Now this is also produced by Guillermo del Toro and directed by Andre, I think, Overdal, I think that's how you pronounced it. Now, I must admit, I was disappointed, I didn't really like the film that much, I felt like it was like all over the place. At times it was kind of hard understanding what was going on. I thought it had like some pacing issues too as well. And I felt like it was just like too many characters that the story itself or the film itself was actually focused on. So it's kind of hard to actually, focus on one character, because they had like so many like different ones, and it's obvious that the main character, I guess you could say, was actually Stella, who's like the actual young girl, and I think she's played by I think Zoe is her name. You could tell that actually was focused on her, and she actually kind of understood what was actually going on and what was happening to her friends. Well, anyway, like the story is about like a group of kids, with friends, who stumbled across this like house, that I think has been like abandoned or something like that, and they found like this book, that apparently had like these stories that were being written, but at the same time the twist to it is that the stories that are being written actually are putting her friends into it as the main characters. So that there's like the story about this guy known as, well, not this guy, the scarecrow known as Harold, I believe. And actually, the victim in the story is actually like a character they actually know, who's actually a bully known as Tommy. And Tommy was a bully that was actually at the beginning of the film. He's actually bullying like Stella and her friends. He's actually bullying them and stuff like that. So they try to turn the tide on him, like actually threw like eggs at his car and stuff like that. I'm not gonna get into all that, because it kind of spoiled the film. But that is where you come across like this one character known as Ramon. Ramon Morales, and he actually is the one that drives like a vehicle. And he takes them to that house, and it's like a little like backstory to his character too. I'm not going to get into kind of spoils it. But it turns out they actually found this book, and like these stories are being written, which features each one of them in the story, and they actually all are being threatened to be killed. And it's actually all like some depths in the film too as well. Some surprise. It does have like a serious like hardcore tone to it, but there are some like comedic elements to the film to itself. Now I must admit there were like some like creepy moments in the film that were kind of like scary and so on. But I just feel like, it was just something like just like off about, and you could tell it even it's open for a sequel too. But I still feel like it was just something kind of like off about, I wasn't really like enjoying it. It was actually worse than I thought it would be, but it did have some cool moments. So like I said, the Harold scene, like the scarecrow, that moment was cool. And I think this other scene, like this character known as the, I think the Jiggly Man. Now this is kind of getting towards like the end of the film. Yeah, the Jangly Man. That was kind of awesome too, Like a lot of the moments in the film, like the stories, were like awesome, and they were all involving like her friends, like Stella's friends, Even like the girl, the bump on her face, which had like spiders and stuff like that. That moment was cool, Even the scene like where they're like in, I think like a hospital or something like that, And one of the characters, they see that this thing. I'm not gonna get into all that. They were like awesome, But the Harold scene, like the scarecrow, that was pretty cool. What you saw in the trailers, and like the Jangling Man. I thought those were the ones that really stood out, especially like the Jangling Man, because he's like in pieces and he can come together. It's like very like it is scary, It's like serious, So I'm kind of surprised, At one point you could actually see something getting like an R rating, but it was actually only PG-13. So I'm surprised, it was actually PG-13. If you want to know the truth. But yeah, a lot of the characters and stuff, I wasn't really too familiar with like the actors or actresses who had paid them, Only some of them I really did know, like I am familiar with the actor Dean Norris, and he plays Deputy Roy Nichols, who's actually the father of Stella, and he has like a backstory, of course, about his wife like passed away and so on. He's the only one who actually looks after his daughter, and he doesn't want Stella to go away and all that kind of stuff, But like I said, he's about the only actor I really kind of recognized in the film, But in the end, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, I really didn't enjoy it, It was actually worse than I thought, It did have some like cool moments, like I said, but I really didn't. I just really wasn't up for it. And this side they're leaving it open for a sequel too, so I'll be up for that. It might get better, But then Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I'm giving this a C minus. And I guess I'll recommend it for like, I ain't gonna even say like fans of the book series, you know, if you're a fan of the book series, I'm not too sure, you know, if you would enjoy it, you know. But I guess I'll recommend it for like fans just looking for like a, I guess like an okay horror film, you know, I'll definitely recommend it for that crowd. So I'm giving this a C minus. And this is my review for Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Please leave a comment and subscribe too as well.